Hello everyone, this is a presentation about the yin yang symbol from the East. Now, if we look in the ancient books, one of the many symbols that we find is this one. Now, starting from yin and yang, a balance, we can say something about this representation. It seems that it has two zones which are somehow mirrored. Another element which is important, as you can see, there are no lines here. Everything is curved. Now, this is a very simple representation, and we have to admit the truth which you have in front of us. It's very clearly what is this. This is a map of the universe. As you can see, the universe is a sphere and has a fixed diameter. There must be a shell here, something which surrounds the universe, preventing it from expanding or collapsing. Yes, there is no expansion or collapsing of the universe. And inside, everything is curved. Space is not flat as we think it is. Space is curved in every single point. Which means something very important for us. Our universe is not unique. It has somehow two zones, a dual verse. It has two sides. It means it is, if you want, a piece of paper which is curved in every single point, and we can live on one side or on the other one. What does this mean? We have this side on one side of the universe and the other side on the other side. Okay, this is a metaphor, it's a representation. It's not like we have the galaxies here, where we have the clusters and the filaments, and somewhere far into the universe, there is another universe here, another zone, which we have not reached yet. It's not like that. This is a metaphor. These two zones are everywhere, right now in this room, and it is like this. There is a concentrated world, if you want, and this is mass. It's a world of spheres. And there is a distributed world, which is the world of radiation. I have explained this already, that spheres are made of mass and reverse spheres are made of radiation. So, if this is mass, it has around a reverse sphere of radiation, and this is radiation, as you can see. Only radiation can exist here, and only mass can exist here. But you can put mass and radiation in this room. So it means very clearly that these zones are not here in this room. How can that be possible? How can that be? Where is the difference? If there is a surface between them, how come we cannot detect it? It's very simple. Now, if this is a representation of the universe, I think it's also a representation of the way the universe behaves at subatomic level. Now, this is a picture, but in the universe everything moves. So all our knowledge from the ancient books are just pictures of a moving world. There is no single sphere of mass which is stopped in this universe. All the beams of light move, everything moves. So if I have a representation of whatever, I have to consider it. It probably moves, which means if you want this representation, it has some sort of connection. It's like two raindrops which are curved, and there is a connection here. This white part is connected here, and this here. Somehow, these two raindrops slide over each other. The initial Big Bang gives these two raindrops an initial kick. Let's apply this to the subatomic level. If at subatomic level everything is also curved, and like I said, the universe is made of tiny little spheres of space, mass can be only here and radiation only here. If I give it a spin, all these raindrops will somehow slide over each other. We have seen this before. I have made this presentation, and you can find it on internet, with a representation of the universe. If the universe was created by a series of tiny little explosions, all happening at the same time everywhere, including in this room, the results are the separation of two zones. A zone where we have mass or spheres, and between them it remains a space where only radiation can exist. Like I've said many times, that is why light, when it travels, it doesn't travel in a straight line like my hand right now. I can move mass in a straight line because mass moves from here to here. But radiation cannot do that because radiation travels between these spheres of mass. So it must avoid that space. This side must avoid this side as elements move through it. So we have these two separation of worlds. We can have this representation as a metaphor if you want, but this also it's a very good representation. A representation when you have four spheres with an empty space between it. And you say it very clearly. Mass can be only here and radiation only here, which is similar in this case. Mass can be only in this side and radiation on the other side. Other way of saying it. We can give it a name to yin and say it's a concentrated world with mass and time, like where we live, it's 1 second after every second after every second, and another world which is a distributed world, the world of radiation, when there is no time. It's eternal. We know at the speed of light there is no time. It's a place where somehow you go after you die. This representation is very, very simple. Somehow the ancient people knew the universe, it is fixed and it is a sphere. And they have left this knowledge to us. But somehow we have lost this knowledge over the 2000 years. But if we can read the ancient books and look at the symbols and read the ancient words, especially reading between the lines, then you will see the truth. It's very simple and it's like I said. This is nothing else than a map of the universe. I think I have explained this very clearly. Write to me if you think otherwise. Thank you for watching.